Okay. Oh yeah, since there is no CC, they go for the Lucas for Sansford instead. Oof, this is gonna hurt. tlph has a very good lineup, but AP Bren, I feel like, you know what? This is one of those, it's based upon the execution. But if AP Bren mess up the first two turtles badly, that time span, tlph will run away with it.
I actually agree. They have a very explosive lineup here that can
Yeah.
really blow people up very early on. That's something I like about this AP Bren lineup.
But again, tlph, they've shown that even if you think you can go head-to-head up against their lineup in game number 1, they're just, the veterancy just really shows, and the experience. Renmar even mentioned this a while ago during the intro that it's all about Orahan. The aura that tlph has over AP Bren. AP Bren cannot be affected by that.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's been a few games already at this point. I hope maybe they've gotten used to the climate. You know, they've gotten used to just being stared down by their opponents nonstop. Maybe, just maybe, AP Bren might be able to eke out a game win. But that's up in the air as we go into game number 2. Does feel like they have a good lineup, but can they execute it like Renmar said?
Okay, initial rotation should be quite even, typically. We have to look again at what the EXP matchup will be for Dare and Sanford. Game number 1, Sanford was the MVP because he dominated the EXP lane and was just a nuisance in the map. Let's see that from happening this time around in game number 2.
There you go. AP Bren basically asserting or trying to stop tlph from moving out of the map, making sure that they have some level of control, at least early on. And they also have a good vision of where Carl TZ is heading.
I mean, that's the initial goal that AP Bren has right now, is just to really take control over the river, make sure that Carl TZ does not get an opportunity to cross that map and try to go for jungle camps that he can take away up against James Banks.
Full crit high and Master Assassin for Oheb on the Irithel, plus the Festival of Blood onto Shizo. So Shizo's looking to sustain. I mean, naturally the Granger does really hurt. While Oheb, let's see how he'll be able to fare in the laning phase with making Shizo hurt. Unless Oheb's gonna go just, instead of aggro, he might just play really around getting the farm instead. Have to watch out for that too.
They're being very aware of these bushes, which I really like. Again, James Banks not falling behind with Carl TZ is very crucial.
Yeah. I like that you mentioned it because I actually like to highlight how JP has been performing even the past 5 games so far. So phenomenal. Knows his role. You seen it a while ago. James Banks was actually looking for an angle to go for maybe an aggressive start for AP Bren, but JP with a ring of punishment, just making sure that no brush is safe for AP Bren.
Yeah, very forward. Look at that. JP close by. Carl TZ can also respond when he can, but it's a 4-man for AP Bren.
Okay, still on level 4 for Sanji.
Oh,
And for
wow.
Sanford, here comes a counter attack from tlph. A good initiation. And the first blood drawn onto James back in Kakedot. Once again, tlph turning things around. Even if there was the first man to set up, tlph was ready for it.
You mentioned this, right?
Yeah, the explosiveness that you pointed it out as well. tlph, perfect entry by Sanford on that. Lucas, Unleash the Beast, Flicker, found AP Bren in a terrible angle for themselves. Was able to get out of the wall set up by Dare, and eventually that wall is what AP Bren was trapped in.
Speaking of trap, Carl TZ trying to go for it.
Okay,
But again, I think Dare is pretty good. This is a pretty good spot here.
But Kakedot doesn't seem to be in a good spot. He doesn't have his Revitalize yet. He's forced to back away so far. Sanji and JP making sure that the buffs of Carl TZ are secure. No trades are going to happen for James Banks.
In terms of the items, nothing too crazy just yet. Dreadnought armor, though, already rushed by the Lucas of Sanford. So really maximizing the damage output that Dare, Shizo, and James Banks can dish out in this portion of the game. Good itemization by Sanford.
Yeah, still amazes me how 700 gold can make such a huge difference
Yep.
onto the laning phase, especially for physical-based XP laners. So now, oh, spicy.
But in the likes of Oheb, you know he wants more than just 700 gold. He's not going to settle for that. Oheb's, continuing to just rack up gold in the gold lane, even if Shizu's showing that all the Rhapsody is hurting so far. Later on, tlph, if they continue to snowball like what Carl TZ is doing up against James Banks, forcing out the AOG coming in from KK. For the save, but there's the glorious pathway coming in from JP to bring down James Pax once again. tlph was always ready for every single thing Bren is doing there with a beautiful knock-up, plus the ultimate connecting onto Sanji, gonna bring down the mid lane of tlph. Here comes Sanford, unleash the beast to zone out Bren. Shizu onto the bottom lane, got a solo killed. OHEB brings him down, and now tlph making sure to zone out the members of Bren as Carl TZ works on the crab up top.
Even the cameraman didn't expect that to happen, man. They had full vision. Oh my goodness, Bren might have an opening here.
JP again with the glorious pathway. Sanji with a diversion. Down bottom brings OHEB with him. This might be a disaster for the Bees. 2 members are gone, make it 3, and even JP has a killing spree. Sanford flickers in with the TPs to zone out there, and tlph are in full control.
tlph are playing with all the confidence in the world right now. They know they are simply better than their opponents as it stands. OHEB fell to a solo by Shizo, but since OHEB was back in base, Sanji said, you know what, come with me, let's go to the turtle, using the diversion to bring OHEB there when he respawned. Bren again are just getting outclassed by a far more experienced team. You see, Sanji in the mid was waiting for OHEB to arrive. He casted it right on time. The moment OHEB got into the circle, they got teleported. Sanji just showing why he's such a master with this low Yi.
The reason why OHEB was able to reach the diversion because he casted the heavy crossbow while Sanji was casting the diversion. That's
basically jumped into the hole.
Jumped into the hole, yeah.
And that can only happen if you have really good communication, right? Pretty amazing that the timing happened that way. It was masterful.
Yeah.
Wow. Right now, it's just really thinking about the drafts aside. It's tlph have to acknowledge they're just simply playing better yet again. Their understanding, playing around the low E, how they control the map, finding themselves in the right spots. Carl TZ reading the rotation of James Banks to meet him up top that initially started all of that trouble. tlph can just there's nothing else to say. There's nothing to improve. They're doing everything so well.
Renmar, I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
How are you feeling so far with the high loss? Because of this
it's better. It's better. They're revitalized and JP. Hey, diversion.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, no, they're not going to commit it.
Just trying to bait out some movements, maybe some spells here. But no bait taken by Bren.
Yeah, it's high loss is supplemented well. Think of the hands of JP. Again, with the experience that he's showing, we acknowledged the Jawhead earlier. We have to acknowledge what JP's been doing in the map as well for this one. Holding the shrubs at the right time, getting the right info for tlph, stopping what Bren wants to do.
It's really good, and there's basically no way for a counter or retribution here. Carl TZ securing yet another turtle here for tlph. Right after that, even more gold going over to the cavalry.
You know the wall of JP and Sanford is just too much for Bren. I mean, you have Suyo, you have Kekedot with the AOG that can infiltrate the backline, but the moment that Kekedot casts the AOG, for sure he's going to be gone. He's going to be dead because of the burst capabilities of tlph. So far, it's looking hard for Bren, especially if this diversion manages to find someone. But fortunately for Bren, no one's home.
Very nice and very spicy. And you're right, it makes it so hard for Kekedot to actually do anything.
Right.
Right? Literally anything. He can't cast his AOG, lest it be a defensive AOG. Yeah. And other than that, if he tries to go for an offense, it feels like it's impossible to walk out.
Yeah, especially if he's zoned out by JP eventually during a punishment, it's gonna accumulate a lot of slow to Kekedot. Might be, he might get forced to pop to revitalize on his own.
Yeah.
So right now, Bren, they're trying desperately to look for an angle to catch onto tlph as Shizu picks up a Malefic Roar. So if the stacks pile up for the Silent Killer and they manage to hold on long enough to activate once again the combination of James Pax and Shizu, they might have a chance.
The good thing about the lineup of Bren, again, they have a strong composition for counter engage.
Oh! My goodness! Kekedot catches 3, paired up with the AOG from Kekedot. They elevate and detonate to bring down 3. And now they set their eyes on Daddy JP. Gonna bring down successfully.
Oh, wow!
And a huge wipeout for Bren!
Just like against Aurora, it's a Badang Flicker combo. Then it was dead. Now, It's still there!
He's making it moves. He's making it happen here for AP Bren. Just when they need it the most.
We were talking about the possible angles that AP Bren can do to infiltrate tlph. The answer is simple. Literally flicker forward and go for the setup, a 5-man diversion for tlph, but they were too late. The objective was already secured by AP Bren, and they were able to leave the scene.
Man, just like that, like 8 minutes, 9 minutes worth of farming equalized by AP Bren. Beautiful set. Oh my goodness.
Again, it's the link up between Dead and Chove Skirt. It's the exact same pairing, the exact same combo. Vexana and the Badang together. But tlph, since they had the lead, all of that just led to an even ball game. Can AP Bren control the side lane minion waves well alongside the Lord pushing in mid?
Okay, JP can make a sandwich play alongside the diversion, but they're not going to use the diversion instead. They want to burst down the Lord right away. JP, beautiful cast of the glorious pathway to zone out AP Bren as tlph makes quick work of the level 1 Lord.
Ooh, that glorious pathway really slowing down AP Bren so much that they were not even able to push out the tower. And now the top lane and the bottom lane minion waves are also going to get taken care of.
After that clash, I'm curious to know how much stacks Shizu already has. Because so far, I've been seeing him almost spamming the Rhapsody, the Death Sonata. So right now, the lead has actually shifted to the side of AP Bren. How big was the deficit that tlph created before that clash?
It was like a 4K, 5K.
Yeah. Erased instantly.
Sheesh.
Look at the items.
Shizu.
Shizu, yeah, he has 4. It's 3 core ones.
Oh, spotted.
Beautiful, beautiful cast of that's another for
Oh,
Shizu. Now
Kekadot!
Kekadot onto the back line with the AOG. James back gonna pick up Carl Teasy and now conceal for AP Bren because they
fight.
want to go for more. They want to fight it out. Sanford working on Chop Skirt. A beautiful setup from Kekadot to work on JP as he pops as a revitalize. Only the young goat was expended in that clash.
Big problem was the damagers were engaged here with Luca, so we weren't able to get anything else. But AP Bren showing their fangs here in this game.
Yeah, and now they look so comfortable after playing defensive for such a long time. Finally, they pulled the trigger once that Badang was able to get that set. And I believe they were also waiting for Shizu to be completely ready. Now AP Bren are playing like how tlph has played for majority of this series so far. Again, going back to why AP Bren has been hyped up, why we were impressed by their win against Aurora, we're seeing it in action again against tlph. Can they force another game number 3? This Badang has 15 stacks on the Thunderbelt, not that high just yet, but it could be getting higher now that he's caught up with the items. Oracle on the way to a Dominance Ice.
There really is something there, right? You can feel the potential, right? You can see it in their face. You can see it in their movements. They look like they're primed. They look like they know that they can win. They are not feeling like rookies at this point.
I forgot who said it yesterday, but they said that AP Bren actually loves pressure. Whenever their backs are against the wall, they perform better, and so far they're showing it. They might be able to take a game away from tlph if they continue the discipline route, to continue to catch tlph by surprise. Because it seems like AP Bren's the one doing the surprise, even if Sanji has the diversion for tlph.
Let's see. Already used up a lot or some of their skills here. But everyone on AP Bren feels like they're still ready to roll. Diversion soft cooldown. Going for it right now.
They sent out Oheb alone, paired up with JP's glorious pathway to try and zone out the members of AP Bren. They're working on Shizu, the silent killer. Finally silenced by the cavalry. Shopskirt out of the picture. Make it 3 because Kekadon is gone as well. James back desperately trying to retreat alongside Dare, but AP Bren secures that Lord.
Very crucial take here for AP Bren.
Team Liquid Philippines decided to focus onto the Lord. AP Bren decided to focus on the Lord as tlph will just burn right through it. This is why TL wanted to go for the heroes instead, wanted to go for the kills, because they know even if AP Bren would get that Lord, they will not be able to push with it. Now it's Team Liquid doing the pushing, but they have to manage the minion waves in the side lanes.
The guts, the courage of tlph. Imagine sending out Oheb in the backlines with the diversion in the
on his own.
On his own with the Lord. That takes guts for the cavalry.
Yeah, he just ran through. He was dancing around the revitalize of JP as well at one point. Sanford was able to provide space for him since OHEB smartly ran behind the Lucas. Crazy play by tlph that worked out very well for them.
Okay, Shizu steals away the... Oh no, I thought it was Shizu who stole the orange buff, but Shizu definitely dishing out the damage onto JP, gonna burst down by Chomsker. Here comes the Eternal Guard. James Bass gonna fall down as well. There with a beautiful catch onto OM, popping his Wind of Nature as Carl Teasy is left alone against 3 members of the Bees. 2 members are gone, Carl Teasy and JP, and now they're on to push to the top lane.
tlph trying to save up. OHEB basically left Carl TC on his own. JP as well going down means it's going to be a bit of a more difficult defense here, but they are able to clear up enough. No fights in the next few seconds, but man, oh man, AP Bren are really hurting.
We pointed it out earlier, the strength of the counter engage. Look at all the tough boots on the board with so much crowd control being dealt by the 2 lineups. AP Bren, Der, Gekadot, and Chovskirt have been online, especially in that last clash that we saw, maximizing their ultimates to dish out a deadly counter-engaged combo.
So far, AP Bren has been the way they approach the clashes. Imagine there's one big clash and they're so good at dissecting it into segments that they can actually pinpoint the proper targets that they need to bring down in order to win the clash. A beautiful pair by Der and Gekidot to actually target OHEB, and at the same time, the rest of the members of AP Bren was targeting Carl TC. That's why they were able to get 3 kills up against tlph.
Very nice here. At the very least, we got some stacks running. 672 on the Granger so far.
Oh.
So I would say he is primed and ready to go at this point.
I know Skypiercer pick up here for Shizu decided to go for a much more sustainable route. With this Granger pick, has to respect the damage capability that that OHEB specifically can bring out. But again, the Lord has spawned. This is the 3rd. 2 consecutive Lords was secured by AP Bren. Will this be the case again for the Bees?
So get ready for the next possible Lord here. Definitely ahead in the setup is tlph. Don't forget, they have diversion. They used it already. Sending OHEB very deep in.
Oh, he gets spotted out! Shizu checked it, what a read!
Oh, Shizu showing experience. Even if they're just joining the big leagues now, they know the tendencies of a proven champion like tlph. That's a wasted diversion already for tlph. They have to face AP Bren man-to-man, front-to-front. They're going to get spawned out by Carl CZ. Meanwhile, Sanford onto the back line. 16,000 HP for this Lord. It's going to be a retribution battle. Conceal stopped by JP's glorious battle. Paired up with a revitalize. Here comes Sanford onto the back line by James Pack still. Secures the Lord. OHEB going crazy onto the back to bring down 3. James Pack with a winter crown placed around it by the members of the cavalry. Might be able to escape with a buy and sell immortality. But Sanford, Sanji, Carl Sanford. They will take down 4. Kekidot is the only one left.
I don't know if that Lord was worth it. That's 4 down on AP Bren right now.
A little bit of divine intervention favoring Team Liquid. Knockups on the Lord and key members of AP Bren ruined that team fight. And what a diversion to send OHEB to the back.
Diversion again. TP's to the front. Kekidot with a delay. He has an immortality 5 seconds before Dare pops off. Sanji and the rest of the members of tlph will once again reign supreme.
And here in the day number 2 of week 2, tlph remains undefeated.
We get 3-2-0